The Boston Celtics don't really look like a championship contender after trading star player Jaylen Brown, so in order to fix things around here, we're going to trade every single player on the Celtics roster except for our franchise player Jayson Tatum. I do want to change some player positions before we make these trades so their overalls jump up. Like Paul George right now is listed at power forward, but if we change him to small forward, he jumps up to an 87 overall. Baylor Shireman will move to small forward, he jumps up to an 80 overall, and Jordan Walsh will move to small forward where he also jumps up in overall. And we're going to open up with a banger trade. The Utah Jazz are offering us Jaren Jackson Jr. and a lottery protected first round pick for Paul George's expiring contract in the 2027 Philadelphia 76ers unprotected first round pick. Jaren Jackson Jr. is one of the best defensive players in the league, so him as our starting power forward beside Tatum is going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and pull off the first trade of this video. For Derek White, we're able to acquire ourselves Trey Murphy III, amazing offensive player, great three-point shooter, and under Joe Mazzulla, our head coach, I feel like Trey Murphy would fit perfectly because he's a great three-point shooter. So let's go ahead and make this trade with the Pelicans, sending them Derek White and a second-round pick. In return, we bring in Trey Murphy III as our brand new starting shooting guard. NBA 2K27 is just a couple weeks away, and on its release date, I will be giving away a copy to a lucky subscriber of mine that subscribes and turns on post notifications to my channel. I am also giving away a copy of GTA 6 on its release date. Good luck to you all. Now back to the video. We are in need of a new starting point guard, and Andrew Nembhard's a player we can never go wrong with. He can score, he's a great playmaker, an amazing perimeter defender, plus we also get ourselves Obi Toppin in this trade with the Pacers. So we're going to be sending the Indiana Pacers Mitchell Robinson, Sam Hauser, a lottery protected first round pick, a second round pick. In return, we get ourselves Andrew Nembhard and Obi Toppin, who can come off the bench and provide our bench unit with scoring. We are still in need of a new starting center, and I feel like Derek Lively could be that perfect player in our starting center role. So we're going to be making a trade here with the Dallas Mavericks, sending them Neemias Queta, Chris Nack Jr. and a swap worst first round pick, and we get ourselves Derek Lively II and Marcus Sasser from the Dallas Mavericks. Our starting lineup is complete, so now what we need to do is get ourselves some good bench players. So let's go out there and see what we can get back in return for Peyton Pritchard. I was not expecting for us to get this good of a six-man player, but the Atlanta Hawks are offering us Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Keaton Wallace for Peyton Pritchard and Marcus Sasser. I guess Marcus Sasser does have a high trade value, but Nickeil Alexander-Walker will be our perfect six-man coming off the bench. He's a good defender, he can score at a very high level. So let's go ahead and pull off this trade here with the Atlanta Hawks. We are in need of a backup center, so we're here talking with the Clippers about Niederhauser. Let's see what they say if we offer them Hugo Gonzalez, and they want Mike Conley for Flory. You know what? Let's go ahead and pull off this trade. Marcus Smart is a player that I would love to bring back to the Boston Celtics, where he basically spent his entire career except until the last few seasons. And now we're going to be bringing him back here on the Boston Celtics, and the Houston Rockets are going to acquire themselves Baylor Shireman, Jordan Walsh, Luka Garza, and we get ourselves Marcus Smart and Clayton Dawkins. Let's go ahead and pull off this trade. The last Celtic player we have to trade away is Ron Harper Jr. to the Orlando Magic, bringing in Cullen, and we also get ourselves a second round pick. And now we've officially traded every single player on the Celtics roster, so let's go out there and see if we could win this team a championship. We do have to change Jayson Tatum's position, so let's go ahead and change that to small forward, where he jumps up to a 96 overall. And now this here will be our team's new lineup. In the starting lineup, we have ourselves Andrew Nembhard, Trey Murphy III, Jayson Tatum, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Derek Lively II. Then off the bench, we have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Obi Toppin, Niederhauser, and Marcus Smart. Our team is about to dominate the NBA here. Let's go ahead and simulate the first week of this season to see how our team does. We have 3 games, and whoa, we're going to lose against OKC Thunder and the Lakers. But I guess chemistry still does need to be built. We have ourselves a completely new roster, so it's going to take time for things to mesh and start winning some games here. But in the second week, we're going to win all 4 games, first defeating the Jazz, then the Pacers, then the Hornets, and then the Detroit Pistons. Against the Pistons, we scored 140 points, where Jayson Tatum had himself a 31-point double-double, 31 from Knott, 25 Triple J, and 14 from Niederhauser. Let's go ahead and take a look at our team proficiency. So we are rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency, balanced under our head coach Joe Mazzulla. And now I'm going to go ahead and simulate until the end of this season, but of course, if there are any trades to be made, we'll be stopping here at the trade deadline and I'll show you all. And this season, our team goes on to win the NBA Cup, and Jayson Tatum wins the NBA Cup MVP, averaging 28 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists on 50% from the field. Let's see which team we had to defeat here. So we defeated the Dallas Mavericks for the NBA Cup, defeating them 115-93. Nembhard led the way here with 20 points, 19 Tatum, 15 Trey Murphy, and 14 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. If you're enjoying this video so far, it would mean the world to me if y'all could hit that subscribe button, like the video, and hype the video. All three buttons are free and it truly supports out the channel a ton. So we are stopped here at the trade deadline where our team has been dominating. We're the number 1 seed with 41 wins and only 9 losses. So of course, we're not going to make any trades, so let's go ahead until the end of this season where hopefully we're able to win Jayson Tatum his first MVP. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama goes on to win his first MVP. Jayson Tatum was actually in the award races to winning MVP, but sadly he does not end up winning this year. Hopefully next year we're able to win him his first MVP. Cam Boozer, Rookie of the Year. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, our boy, goes on to win 6th Man of the Year, averaging almost 19 points per game. Amazing shooting splits, shooting about 40% from the 3-point line. Wemby Defensive Player, Grady Dick, Most Improved. Jalen Johnson, Clutch Player. Joe Mazzulla, our head coach, goes on to win Coach of the Year, and we also win Executive of the Year. Now let's take a look at awards here, and we don't get ourselves Jayson Tatum on an All-NBA first team, even though he was a second runner-up right behind Wemby to winning MVP. But Tatum does make it on an All-NBA second team. And will that be it for awards here? Let's take a look. And we don't get any more awards. No player on all defensive team, no Triple J, which is a huge surprise. But that's okay because we ended this season as a number 1 seed with 68 wins and only 14 losses. Before we start simulating the playoffs, let's go ahead and take a look at team and player stats. So when it comes to player stats, our leading scorer was none other than Jayson Tatum, averaging 27 points with 11 rebounds and 6 assists per game. Amazing season here by Tatum, a 27-point double-double on 53% from the field. Then we had Trey Murphy III averaging 22 points per game, 19 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 17 Triple J, 14 Nembhard, and 10 from Dereck Lively. In my opinion, Triple J definitely should have made an all-defensive team, 2 blocks per game, 1.2 steals, but it is what it is. And now let's go ahead and take a look at team stats here. We had ourselves the best offensive rating, 128.2, and the best defensive rating, 111.9, making about 14 3-pointers a game. An underrated player on our team has been Obi Toppin. His efficiency has been amazing. He's shooting 61% from the field and 38% from the 3-point line. Even in real life, his efficiency is always amazing, but in 2K, 61% is amazing. Marcus Smart has been good for us as well. In the limited minutes, he's shooting 50-40, 87 shooting splits, amazing defense. He's doing everything we need him to. And now it is time for the NBA playoffs, and in the first round, we've got ourselves the Atlanta Hawks. In their starting lineup, they have CJ McCollum, Lou Dort, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, and Okongwu, and this here is their bench unit. Of course, Peyton Pritchard from the trade we made for Nah. So let's get straight into the playoffs and see how we do here in the first round. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Triple J leading the way with 23 points, 20 Murphy, and 17-10 from Tatum. Game number 2, we also secure the win, not dropping 45 points in 30 minutes. Holy, off the bench unit as our 6th man. That 6th man player award was definitely well deserved for Nah. 45 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block. He did everything here, defense and offense. 25 Triple J, 17 Trey Murphy, 12 and 12 from Nembhard. It looks like Tatum did struggle here big time in game 2, but thankfully we still secure that win. Game 3, we end up winning as well. Tatum bouncing right back with a 31-point double-double, 22 Murphy, and 14 from Nah. And we go on to sweep the Atlanta Hawks. Let's go. Nah dropping 28 points, 20 Nembhard, 20 from Tatum. And before we start simulating the second round, let's see how our team has been doing here throughout the first round of the playoffs. So Nembhard's averaging 14 points per game, almost 20 from Trey Murphy, 19 and 11 from Tatum, and whoa, Tatum is struggling big time from the 3-point line, only not even 10% from the 3-point line. But of course that should get picked up here in the next few rounds. 18 Jaren Jackson Jr., 5 from Dereck Lively, and 25 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Whoa, Dereck Lively is struggling big time, bro, shooting about 20% from the field. And no, he's actually not. That's a glitch. As you guys can see, he's probably shooting about 70%, maybe even higher. He's only missed a total of 3 shots in the playoffs. I'm not sure why it's lagging here or glitching out and saying he's only shooting 42%. Maybe that's the same exact thing that's happening here with Tatum. And no, that's actually not happening here with Tatum. Tatum just has been struggling shooting a three-pointer, as you guys could see in the 4 games. He's only made a total of 2 three-pointers, but that's okay because I know he's definitely going to bounce back. And now in the second round of the playoffs, we've got ourselves the Toronto Raptors. And their starting lineup, they have the same lineup here: Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. Let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do end up winning. There we go. Tatum bouncing back with a 27-point triple-double, but again, he did struggle from three-pointer, making 0 three-pointers. But Trey Murphy 25, 25 not, and 22 Triple J. And something I rarely see in 2K Simulation is the Kings making the playoffs. Somehow this team made the NBA playoffs with Jonathan Kuminga and Sabonis. But let's see how things go in our series. And whoa, they defeated the 1-seeded Dallas Mavericks. I've never seen anything like this before in a 2K Simulation, but we went down to win game 1. Can we also win game 2? And yes, we can. Tatum dropping 36 and 10, and there we go. He's starting to hit his three-pointers. 25 Triple J and 15 from Nembhard. Game number 3, we end up winning as well. So far, we have not lost a single game in the playoffs. 29 Triple J, 21 and 14 from Tatum. That does put us up 3-0. Can we sweep the Raptors here? And we do not sweep them, but we do go on a gentleman sweep them, eliminating them in game 5. 129 to 119. Tatum with 24 and 12, 20 Derek Lively, and 17 from Niederhauser. And if you play 2K Simulation, you know that the Sacramento Kings never make the playoffs, but as you guys can see here, they're defeating the San Antonio Spurs. Are they really about to eliminate the Spurs here? Yes, they are. Whoa. This team first eliminated the Dallas Mavericks, then the Spurs, and now they're in the Western Conference Finals taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. But here we are in the Eastern Conference Finals taking on the New York Knicks, the champions, the defending champions. And they have themselves the same lineup: Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns. This might be our toughest challenge yet. Let's see if we can defeat this team and make it to the NBA Finals. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Tatum with 30 points, and there we go. Tatum's efficiency has gotten a lot better after that first round. And what I love about Tatum is he's averaging a double-double in the regular season, and now here in the playoffs, double digits and rebounds. Game number 1, we end up winning. Game 2, we also end up winning. Tatum with 39 points, 23 Triple J, 18 from Nah. Game 3, we do end up losing here. Game 4, we end up winning, putting us up 3-1. 127-117, we end up winning. Tatum with a 40-point double-double, 26 Trey Murphy, and 19 from Nah. And I'm not gonna lie, Trey Murphy is struggling big time from the three-point line. He's only shooting about 34% from 3. Hopefully he's able to pick it up because Tatum has started picking it up and he's almost at 40% from 3. We're up 3-1, and we do not gentlemen sweep the New York Knicks. They actually defeat us here in game 5, 137 to 121. Tatum played amazing, but sadly that was not enough. And don't tell me this is going to game 7. And thankfully it's not going to game 7. We make the NBA Finals. LaMelo Ball, Western Conference Finals MVP. Jayson Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, averaging 32 points per game, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals on 50-50-76 shooting splits. And that means we are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves here in the NBA Finals, and they have themselves LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. And this here's their bench unit. Really good team, of course, with a duo of LaMelo and Ant-Man, but let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Tatum with 24 and 12, 21 Murphy, 17 from Triple J. Triple J again, he's another player struggling here from 3, 31%. But can we also go on to win game 2? And no, we cannot. They do defeat us here in game 2, 115 to 112. Tatum played good, but the rest of the team not so much, and Trey Murphy continues struggling from that three-point line. Game number 3, we do bounce right back, 112 to 107. Triple J dropping 25, 23 Nah, and 22-15 from Tatum. And I don't know what to do here with Trey Murphy. He's still struggling from that three-point line, 0 of 6, and now his efficiency has gone down to 32%. But thankfully, if we have to make some changes, we could always switch Nah in at the starting shooting guard role. But for now, we're winning games, so let's keep things exactly how they are. Game number 4, we do end up losing. As soon as I said we're winning games, I jinxed it, I guess, because Trey Murphy played awful here as well. 4 of 15 from the field, 2 of 11 from 3. He's definitely getting benched right now. We're going to be starting Nickeil Alexander-Walker at that shooting guard position. What really sucks about this so much is Trey Murphy III was supposed to be our team's second scoring option, but he's been playing awful here in the playoffs. But Nickeil Alexander-Walker, on the other hand, has been a lot better, 48% from the field, but he's also struggling from the three-point line compared to the regular season. I'm not sure why, but a lot of our players are struggling from that three-point line. The series is tied at 2-2 apiece. Game number 5, we actually end up losing 140 to 138 in overtime, and now Trey Murphy III decides to play good off the bench unit, but sadly that was not enough, and don't tell me we're about to get eliminated here in Game 6. The Timberwolves do have home court advantage, and so far we have the lead, and it looks like we end up losing 127 to 118. Triple J 24, 20 Naw, 20 Tatum, but none of that matters because our team has been eliminated. Anthony Edwards, Finals MVP, but don't you guys worry, this offseason I'm going to make sure to pull off some big trades so we can go out there next year and win ourselves a championship. But before that, let's take a look at player stats and see what we're going to have to change this offseason. Alright, so Tatum played absolutely amazing, 26 and 11, but a player we're definitely going to move right away is Trey Murphy III after this horrible playoff run that he had. 41% from the field, 33% from 3. I'm a big Trey Murphy III fan, but I mean, if this is what he's going to do for us in the playoffs, we might as well get ourselves somebody else that can help us get a step closer to a championship. 17 from Naw, he was amazing. He's most likely going to remain on our team. 17 from Triple J, he was good as well, but his 3-point percentage did go down. So if we're able to bring in a better 3-point shooter, that will be something we look into. But honestly, Jaren Jackson Jr., I do feel like he could remain on our team because his defense makes up for that slack of 3-point shooting. 14 from Nembhard, amazing for us as well. So right now, Trey Murphy III is basically the only player we're going to look to trade. And the player stats here for Derek Lively, I'm pretty sure is still glitched out. He was not shooting 38% from the field, as you guys could see. I'm not sure why the glitch is saying that, but he was amazing for us, so he'll remain on our team as well. Desmond Bane is someone I would be very happy for us to replace Trey Murphy III. This past season, he was averaging about 20 points per game on 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. I feel like he would be an amazing number 2 scoring option beside Tatum, so that's the player we're going to be targeting here from the Magic. We're going to offer the Magic Trey Murphy III and Obi Toppin. Sadly, we do have to get rid of Obi Toppin to make the salaries match, but I'm happy if we get ourselves Desmond Bane. And just like that, the Orlando Magic have agreed to our offer. What's so cool about this trade is that Triple J and Desmond Bane already have that chemistry of being teammates in Memphis, basically their entire careers. And now we have a new big 3 of Desmond Bane, Triple J, and Jayson Tatum here in Boston. It is now time for staff signings, and our head coach Joe Mazzulla's contract has ran out. At this point, what the team think of getting themselves a new head coach? I'm not sure. Me personally, I like Joe Mazzulla as our head coach. He won a championship with this team. He knows how Jayson Tatum works, how to work the offense around Tatum. So I'm going to try and bring him back here on a 4-year contract, and let's see if he accepts. So yes, he will. We bring back Joe Mazzulla to continue being our team's head coach. Since we have traded away our 2027 first round pick, let's go ahead and sim to team player options and see what we got to do here. So we are going to pick up the team option for Niederhauser. We don't need Badonga, and we don't need Clayton Dawkins either. So we'll decline it for those 2 qualifying offers. We do have to re-sign Derek Lively II this offseason, which is probably going to be our biggest free agent signing here. But that shouldn't be a problem because we do have bird rights on him. He wants about $10 million a year, so let's go ahead and offer him a 5-year deal, paying him about $11.5 million. We will try to front load that if possible, and he will be accepting on a 5-year $51 million contract. Let's go. And since we lost Obi Toppin, we are in need of a new backup power forward, and Isaiah Stewart is listed at center, but we could change his position. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and offer him a 3-year deal, which hopefully he goes on to accept, and yes, he will. So we get ourselves Isaiah Stewart on a 3-year $12.2 million contract. And we're not done here with signings. Alex Caruso is a free agent, and as you guys could see, last season he was amazing. 6 points per game, 2 assists in limited minutes, shooting on amazing efficiency, 38% from 3. So let's go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal. And we also need to re-sign ourselves Marcus Smart. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 2-year minimum. Both very elite caliber defensive players. Alrighty, and now here we are at the start of this season with our 9-man rotation. And in our starting lineup, we've gotten ourselves Andrew Nembhard, Desmond Bane, Jayson Tatum, Triple J, and Derek Lively II. And off the bench, we have Naw, Marcus Smart, Isaiah Stewart, and Alex Caruso. And as of right now, we are going to be playing Isaiah Stewart over Niederhauser, but of course that could change going into the future if we wanted to. I would just like to see how Stewart does in our lineup. And now let's go ahead and simulate the first 2 weeks of the season to see how our team does. And it looks like we're winning quite a bit of games. We're already the number 1 seed with 6 wins and only 1 loss. And when you take a look at that, the Magic are the number 2 seed with Trey Murphy III. So yeah, the Magic are the number 2 seed with Trey Murphy III, and honestly I feel like Trey Murphy III and his abilities would be a perfect fit on the Magic. This team has been needing 3-point shooting, a sharpshooter, and now they finally have that in Trey Murphy. Let's go ahead and take a look at our system proficiency. So starting out this season, we're rolling with a 4.5 star overall system proficiency balanced under our head coach Joe Mazzulla. And now I'm going to go ahead and simulate until the end of this season, but of course you all know if there are any trades to be made, I'll be stopping here at the trade deadline to show you all. I have decided to take Isaiah Stewart out of our lineup because our team is struggling offensive rebounding, and Niederhauser is a pretty good offensive rebounder, so that should be able to help out our team, and now he's going to be the backup center. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama goes on to win a back-to-back MVP. I was really hoping for it to be Tatum. He was in the award races once again, right behind Wemby at place number 2, but sadly it does not go to our boy. Tyron Stokes, Rookie of the Year, Jimmy Butler, 6-man, Wemby Defensive Player, Darren Peterson, Most Improved, Shea Clutch Player, Mitch Johnson, Coach of the Year, and we go on to win Executive of the Year. Let's see if we get ourselves, okay, there we go. We get ourselves Jayson Tatum on our All-NBA second team. And will that be it for awards once again? Thankfully this time around we do align ourselves Jayson Tatum and Jaren Jackson Jr. on an all defensive second team. We ended this season as the number 1 seed, winning a total of 65 games and losing only 17. Let's take a look at team and player stats before we jump into the playoffs. So when it comes to player stats, of course, our leading scorer was none other than Jayson Tatum, averaging 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. 20 points per game from Desmond Bane. He was amazing for us as our second scoring option. Such great efficiency. 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. 19 points per game from Nah, 17 Triple J, 13 Derek Lively, and 12.5 from Andrew Nembhard. And I am really glad we added Niederhauser back into our lineup because he's been amazing. 8 points per game, 6 rebounds, almost 1 block on 72% from the field, and only 18 minutes a game. These are his numbers per 36 minutes. He's been playing amazing for our team. Let's go ahead and take a look at team stats here. When it comes to team stats, offensive rating, we have the 3rd best offensive rating with the best defensive rating, 109.4, making about 13.6 3-pointers a game. And now it is time for the NBA playoffs, and in the first round, we've got ourselves the Orlando Magic. And whoa, where did Trey Murphy go? They traded him away, and would you take a look at that? They decided to trade him for a non-shooter, and now their team became way worse than when they had Trey Murphy. With Trey Murphy, they were the number 2 seed, and now they are the number 8 seed. That's a mistake they made, and now they are paying for that mistake. Dyson Daniels on this team would be a horrible fit. They already have many players that can't shoot the 3-pointer. But Dyson Daniels, that makes the floor spacing even worse. But I guess that's better for us in the first round. Let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Tatum with 43 and 12. 28 Nah, 17, 13 Nembhard, and 16 from Lively. Game number 2, we also end up winning. Tatum with a 31-point double-double, 23 Nah, 17 Bane. Game number 3, we secure the win. We haven't lost a single game, 138 to 123. Tatum with a 35-point double-double, 28 double-double Triple J, and 24 from Nah. All we now have to do is win one more game and we sweep the Magic, and that's exactly what we do here. Let's take a look at team and let's go ahead and take a look at player stats so far here in the playoffs. So Nembhard's averaging 11 points per game, 16 from Desmond Bane, 36 points per game from Jayson Tatum. Whoa. 16 Triple J and 12.5 from Derek Lively. And let's not forget about Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 23 points per game as our 6th-man. How did he not win 6th Player of the Year this time around as well? He was absolutely amazing. But now in the second round, we've got ourselves the Washington Wizards. Trey Young, Bilal Coulibaly, AJ DeBonsa, Anthony Davis, and Alex Sarr. Very good team, very young team, other than Anthony Davis, but this team does look very good. They were the number 4 seed, so let's see how things go. Game number 1, we actually end up losing. 129 to 108, we fall short. Tatum played good, but that was not enough. Game number 2, we do bounce right back. Tatum going off here for 45 points and 13 rebounds, 23 Triple J, 14 Derek Lively. And whoa, my controller just glitched out there, but game number 3, we also end up winning 139 to 91. We outscored them here by 50 something points or 40 something points. 48 points. Tatum had 33 and 11, 24 Nah, and 23 from Bane. Can we also go on to win game 4? And yes, we can. Tatum is going off. I've seen like plenty of 40 plus point games already here by Tatum in the playoffs. He's averaging himself a 37-point double-double. Something I have realized in 2K simulation, Tatum absolutely balls out come playoff time. I mean, he does in real life as well, let's be honest here, but we do go on to lose game 5. Game 6, we do end up eliminating the Washington Wizards. Nembhard with 23 and 14, Tatum 22, and Triple J with 21. And now in the Eastern Conference Finals, we're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. Just like in real life, this team makes absolutely no changes to their starting lineup. And then in the Western Conference Finals, we have the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Both very good teams. I mean, the Timberwolves eliminated us last year in the finals. And the Dallas Mavericks are just as good of a team. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Not dropping 27 in 27 minutes, 21 from Triple J. Game number 2, we also end up winning. Let's go. Tatum with 30 and 11, 22 and 10 from Nembhard. Nembhard's playmaking has been amazing. He's averaging 9 assists per game. Start jumping into Simcast here for the last few games and see what happens. The Cavs do have home court advantage, but we're blowing them out, and we end up winning 145 to 115, blowing them out by 30 points. Tatum with a 31-point triple-double. That does put us up 3-0. All we now have to do is win one more game. The Cavs do have home court advantage again, and so far we do have the lead, and it looks like we will be winning. They almost came back there in the second half, but thankfully we still win by 3 points. 29 from Bane, 28 from Triple J, and 18 from D-Live. And just like that, our team has made the NBA Finals. Anthony Edwards, Western Conference Finals MVP, Jayson Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And that means in the NBA Finals, we have a rematch of last year's NBA Finals. So hopefully we're able to get our get back on the Timberwolves for eliminating us last year. They have the same exact starting lineup as that won a championship last year. LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. And this here is their bench unit. Let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do end up losing. Okay, so yeah, of course, this team's a very good team. They eliminated us last year, and now they're already giving us trouble in game 1. And game 2, they also end up defeating us 139 to 128. So now I definitely have to come up with a defensive coach game plan, and then we'll advance to the next game. Alrighty, our defensive coach game plan has been set, and honestly I feel like we could come back from this very easily. Our team defensively is a menace, but now the Timberwolves do have home court advantage. Let's see what happens here, and so far we do have the lead. Can we keep it is a question, and yes we can. The defensive coach game plan working out in our favor, 124 to 101. 32 points from Tatum, 24 and 12 from Triple J, and 18 from Nah. I did also raise Derek Lively's shot tendency. I told him basically go shoot more buckets, and as you guys can see, he just dropped 16 points. We still have to win one more game in order for us to top this series. Can we do that here? This game, the Timberwolves have home court advantage once again, and they're up by quite a bit, but we come right back, and it looks like we will be winning 124 to 115. I honestly thought it was all over, but as you guys could see in the fourth quarter, thankfully our players came in clutch, 47 to 22, outscoring them. Tatum with 42 points and 13 rebounds, 25 Bane, 19 Triple J. And this is how Tatum has to be playing in order for us to win this championship. And now thankfully the series is tied at 2-2 apiece. Let's continue jumping into Simcast. Game 5, we have home court advantage on our side. And so far, we do have the lead by 3 points, but it's a close battle, and we end up winning by 1 single point, 121 to 120. Desmond Bane with 32 points, Tatum 19, and Triple J with 14. And now we are up 3-2. Can we go out there and win ourselves a championship here in Game 6? The Wolves do have home court advantage, and so far we do have the lead. Back and forth battle, and it looks like they come right back in the fourth quarter, 33 to 16, outscoring us there, winning this game 109 to 102. And this has definitely been our best series yet. It is time for Game 7, winner go home situation. Let's jump into Simcast here and see what happens. Thankfully, we do have home court advantage, which means we're going to have the home court fans cheering on our team, and hopefully that results in a win. Let's see what happens, and so far we do have the lead here in the first half, and we're up by about 21 points. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be winning this game by a lot. We scored 180 points, which is amazing. Tatum with a 50-point triple-double, 27 from Nah, 24 from Bane, and a 22-point double-double from Andrew Nembhard. That is absolutely phenomenal. And just like that, we go on to win the Boston Celtics a championship with Jayson Tatum winning Finals MVP, averaging a 30-point double-double. And again, the fact that our team scored 180 points is unreal. As you guys can see, Tatum had a 50-point triple-double, and the rest of the team did absolutely amazing as well. Before I end out this amazing video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the player stats here. So let's see how our team did here in the playoffs. 21 games played, and in those 21 games, Tatum was the leading scorer, averaging a 30-point double-double. 18 from Desmond Bane, 18 from Nah, 17 Triple J, 13.5 from Andrew Nembhard, and 13 from Derek Lively. And then in the NBA Finals, we played 7 games. In those 7 games, Tatum was averaging 30 points per game, 22 from D Bane, 17 Nah, 16 from Triple J, 13 points, 11 rebounds from D Lively, and 12.5 from Nembhard. Now that is going to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 videos, and click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.